What's up, y'all? I'm Mackenzie McGehee. I'm a love coach, and today we're talking about the potent topic of am I too much in dating? Let's dive in. Oh my gosh, does this question have such a space in my heart? I have asked myself this question over the years in my early years, and I really had to dissect this of am I too much? Where was that born in me? If you are resonating with this question, you might be asking yourself this, ways that that question could be ringing in your mind as you start dating are my emotions too much? Am I texting too much? Am I communicating too much? Am I connecting with this individual too much? Am I too excited? Am I too confident? Am I too needy? Ugh. I imagine that most people watching this have probably felt that in their system before. So let's dive into why you might be asking yourself this, why I asked myself in my early years. So here we go. When you are a kid, you absorb so much from your environment. And let's say you were a fun kid that talked a lot, maybe sang, maybe danced, had a lot of energy, and you were just in that yummy space of being a kid in wonder and awe, and just kids are just so present in the moment. And let's say that your caretakers did not celebrate that. First of all, I am so sorry. I am so freaking sorry that happened. And let's say that they didn't just not celebrate it, but maybe it was taught that you couldn't be that, right? Maybe you heard the terms or words of like, could you go in the other room? Could you calm down? You're being too much. I can't handle you right now. I don't know where you get all this energy from. Could you just calm down? Could you just be a little more quiet? Like even as I'm saying that, and maybe as you're hearing that, like this just feels so yucky in my system, and I imagine it does yours too. And if those words may feel very true to you, that you experienced this in childhood, first of all, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. We come into this world with so much light, and I really believe that as a child, you have this sense of knowing about the world that you can't really articulate. And then we have these experiences, right, that kind of dim our light in a way. And first, I just want to give the caveat that this isn't to shame or blame your caretakers. Most likely, they weren't celebrated, right? Like these patterns that we carry within dating most likely are generational patterns. And if you haven't heard that before, you may be like, what, Mackenzie? I totally know. These generational patterns are passed down to us. And most likely, maybe your caretaker as a kid, they were silenced. They were told they were too much. And then we pass that on. And the beautiful thing is that you are watching this video, which tells me that you are willing to lean in. You are willing to learn how to break these patterns, not only for you, but for generations to come. And I could go on a whole soapbox about this, but I really want to celebrate you just for even being on this video and seeking this knowledge. That is so freaking huge. So as a child, you most likely weren't celebrated for all the ways that made you unique, for all the ways that lit you up. Singing, dancing, being animated, being excited. And then on top of that, maybe as a child, you asked for your needs to get met. In whatever way maybe it was physical touch, maybe you really wanted a lot of affection from your parents, or maybe you really wanted a lot of time from your parents, or maybe you wanted to play a lot. And let's say those needs were not met, and again, we're not here to blame or shame. We're just really trying to unpack this. My intention here is just to help you unpack this so that you can get more clear of why this concept of too muchness has come into your system and a belief has been born that you are too much. And so let's say, coming back to the example of being a kid and asking for your needs to get met, and for whatever reason they were not, or, they weren't celebrated, or you were shunned or punished maybe even for having needs, then when fast forward to being a teenager, fast forward to being an adult, fast forward to this moment, there may be a belief in you that, oh, I can't ask for my needs to get met. That's not safe. Maybe you got met with anger. Maybe you got told to go in the other room. Maybe you got abandoned in some sense emotionally or physically for asking for your needs to get met. That shit is impacting you. That shit is impacting you right here, right now. And it's informing your decisions within dating. And I just really want to honor that this is a pretty deep topic. And if it's bringing up some for you, know that that's pretty normal. And there's almost a grieving process to the childhood that you didn't have, that the needs that weren't met, to the not celebratedness of the essence of who you are, the essence of what makes you you, the uniqueness to you, the light that you're here to bring into this world. And so really looking back and it may be a little uncomfortable to discover why that belief got born in you of I am too much. And then fast forward to right here, right now, and how that might be impacting you in dating. You may not feel like you can swipe right on certain people that actually might be a good match for you because you're like, I'm too much, they couldn't handle me. And maybe even get curious about the languaging that you say. Did you hear what I just said? They can't handle me. I'm too much. Oh, they can't handle that. I can't put that in my profile because that's too much. Or that's too umph. It has too much umph to it, right? Are you really showing up in the way that really represents the essence of who you are? Underneath all the experiences that you had as a child that taught you to be different. All of this unpacking is really essentially helping you get back to who the fuck you are. And who the fuck you are is really going to be a powerful discovery process. And so really getting curious in the dating process, if you're online dating, like I said, the profile, look at your profile. Does this really represent who I am? Can I show my wild self in every picture? Can I state what I need in my profile? Can I be goofy and silly and whoever you are in the messages on an online dating app? And then really getting curious about your inner monologue as you begin to start to get to know someone in the dating process. Right? If you have a need that's popping up, and most of the time, when a need isn't getting met, when you feel a little resentment or a little, yuckiness or a little bitterness, and getting really curious about that and asking, what is the need here that needs to be met? And then learning how to vocalize this. And I know that this is a journey, and if this feels like a lot right now, that's okay. And it's just step by step, moment by moment, staying true to yourself. And I know that there is a realm of neediness. I really don't like that word. The other word that I would use for that is maybe you experience a lot of anxiousness, or what I like to say, an energy surge in your system when you start dating. And it may feel, and I'm saying this with so much compassion because I have been here, you may feel like a clinging to the idea that this has to be my person. And man, that is a stressful place to date from. And so really opening your palm and really being who you are, the fullness of your expression, because the other part of this is if you don't fully express who the fuck you are, your partner's not gonna find you. Because you're not emanating that light of which your partner that's going to love you in all your quirkiness is going to find you. So really getting curious about, am I showing up in all my fullness, all my too muchness? Can I express my needs? Can I express boundaries? Can I stay true to who the fuck I am in the dating process? And really just being gentle with yourself at this process, and know that you might fumble. And that's so freaking human of you. And it's really just keep coming back. Keep asking yourself, am I grounded in my body? And how am I not showing up in my fullness in the dating process? And can I really trust my needs? Because the reality is that your needs do freaking matter. They do. Do you hear me? Your needs freaking matter. And so just realizing the difference between that energy surge or that anxiousness that may come up in your system and the clinging to the person, and really start coming back into your body and asking, what do I need? What do I want in a partner? And that's how you're going to really start to shift this idea of too muchness into, am I just fully expressing who I am? I hope you've gotten value from this video. And if you would like to see more, hit the subscribe and like button.